Dubai, a city built on one promise: safety, luxury, and absolute stability. No taxes, sun all year. A paradise for millionaires. But what if I told you that promise was just broken? On February 28th, something happened that changed everything. Missiles hit one of the most secure, most untouchable cities in the world, and suddenly, Dubai didn't look untouchable anymore. How's going everybody? Abdullah here and welcome to my channel. This is actually my very first video on this channel. Here we are going to break down global events, politics and conflicts in a way that's simple and straight to the point. And I want this to be a space where we can have a serious and respectful discussion. So I'm not just talking to you, I want to hear from you. So in this video we are going to answer these two questions: what really happened in Dubai and what does it mean for the future? Dubai has long been one of the favorite destinations for millionaires, a perfect postcard city, luxury, stability, opportunity. But that image cracks the moment a missile struck. In retaliation for American and Israeli strikes on Tehran, Iran launched attacks on their closest allies, including the United Arab Emirates. Dubai was hit. The airport, a five-star hotel on the Palm, the port of Jibili Ali, even the Burj Al Arab was damaged. For many residents, that day marks the end of a dream because suddenly they realized something. The most Instagrammable oasis in the world sits right next to a war zone. Dubai was built on a simple belief: why would anyone attack us? But the unthinkable happened. Missiles fell, explosions echoed, and the illusion of absolute safety disappeared overnight. The city, often called the Las Vegas of the Middle East, suddenly looked vulnerable. Luxury hotels, critical infrastructure, desalination plants, all within missile range. And the consequences? They go far beyond damaged buildings. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury, targeting Iran. Among the casualties, Iran's supreme leader. Iran's response was immediate and massive. 7 Gulf countries were targeted: Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, but the UAE became the primary target. In just days, 189 ballistic missiles and over 940 drones. Emirates air defense systems intercepted most of them, but not all. Dubai International Airport was hit. Terminal 3 had to be evacuated in smoke. Employees were injured. A Shahed drone crashed near the Fairmont on Palm Jumeirah. An explosion shattered windows across entire buildings. At Jebel Ali Port, a fire broke out. Even an Amazon Web Services data center caught fire. The first time a major cloud infrastructure was hit in a war. And suddenly, even banking services went down. Within hours, everything changed. Dubai, in peak tourist season, became a ghost town. Empty beaches, silent highways, no planes in the sky except fighter jets. Emergency alerts rang on every phone, a sound the city had never heard before. The damage may have been lighter than in Ukraine or Palestine, but for Dubai, it hit something far more fragile: trust. Dubai's success is built on one thing: confidence. For decades, the ruling family transformed the city into a global hub. Zero income tax, zero capital gains tax, zero inheritance tax, 10-year golden visas for investors. In 2025 alone, 9,800 millionaires moved in, bringing $63 billion in capital. But there is a flaw in this model, a critical one: everyone can live. Dubai doesn't rely on citizens, it relies on expatriates. People who bring talent, labor, money. But the moment stability disappears, so do they. No heavy industry, no essential natural resources, just one promise: everything will be fine here. And once that promise breaks, the entire system is at risk. As missiles fell, panic spread. Flights were suspended, airspace shut down, airlines cancelled everything. Even Emirates briefly announced a full suspension. The sky over the Gulf went silent. Then came the rush to escape. Private security firms were flooded with calls. Companies started evacuating thousands of employees. Private jet prices exploded, up to $150,000 for a single flight. The wealthiest fled by road 10 hours across the desert to Riyadh, the last operational airport. At borders, lines stretched for hours. Countries like the UK and Germany sent evacuation planes. Meanwhile, authorities cracked down on social media. posting content that contradicted official narratives could lead to arrest. Dubai's economy is extremely exposed. GDP 2025 $135 billion. Oil only 1%. The rest depends on trade, finance, tourism, real estate, logistics. And all of it relies on one critical choke point, the Strait of Hormuz, a 33-kilometer wide passage where 20% of global oil flows, 20% of LNG trade passes. Since the attacks, traffic has nearly stopped. What's happening in Dubai doesn't stay in Dubai. Because this isn't just a city under pressure, it's a global system under stress. The Strait of Hormuz isn't just a regional passage, it's one of the most strategic choke points on Earth. Nearly 20% of the world's oil passes through it. So when traffic slows down, the entire planet feels it. Oil prices spike, energy markets panic, inflation rises globally. And that affects everyone, even people thousands of kilometers away. Europe, Asia, the United States, but there's more. Dubai isn't just a luxury destination, it's a financial hub, a bridge between East and West. When capital starts leaving Dubai, it doesn't disappear. It moves to Singapore, to London, to New York, and that creates a ripple effect. Real estate markets shift, investment flows change, entire economies rebalance. Even global tech infrastructure isn't immune. When a major cloud data center gets hit, like the AWS incident, it raises a serious question. Are digital systems really safe from physical wars? For decades, globalization was built on one assumption: that trade routes, data flows, and financial systems would always remain stable. But today, that assumption is breaking, and Dubai might just be the first warning sign. Dubai has another major vulnerability: water. Over 90% of its drinking water comes from desalination. Hundreds of plants line the coast, the largest complex, Jebel Ali. If those facilities are hit, the city runs out of water in days. Same for food. The UAE imports almost everything. With ports damaged and air routes cut, supply chains are under extreme pressure. So what happens next? Scenario 1. Prolonged war. It's June 2026, the conflict drags on, airports operate intermittently, expats leave, families first, then executives, then freelancers. Real estate collapses, prices drop up to 50%, 131,000 new apartments go unsold. The crisis spreads across the entire economy. Tourism, retail, services, everything falls. Scenario 2. Peace returns. A ceasefire holds, flights resume, trade flows restart. Dubai recovers as it has before. After 2008, real estate dropped 50 to 60%, then rebounded. After COVID, recovery in just 12 to 18 months. The fundamentals remain: infrastructure, connectivity, tax advantages. But the model changes: more defense, more resilience, less illusion. So, should you leave Dubai? It depends on one thing: your risk tolerance. Because one reality is now clear: the era where you could live in Dubai and ignore the rest of the world is over.